Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Pieces of Lily. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been here before, hey y'all. Today I want to talk about some of the initial symptoms that I noticed within Aaliyah that made me feel like she perhaps needed to be evaluated, and ultimately we did get that diagnosis for autism. So let's talk about what I initially saw. About around the time she was like 1.5 years old, I noticed initially that she was toe walking. So she would be flat-footed on carpeted surfaces, but would hop on her toes on like tile, hardwood, things like that. We ended up doing physical therapy, realized it was a sensory issue, and only had to do it for a few months and the issue resolved. That was the very first thing. Had no idea that that had anything to do with autism. The next thing I noticed is that, when she would be focused on something, there was almost literally nothing you could do to break her concentration. It didn't matter if you walked in front of her, if you said her name 10,000 times, you would literally have to put your hands like on her and be like, shake her a little bit to break her concentration. Whether it was a show or a toy she was playing with, whatever. Breaking her concentration was very difficult. I think the third thing I noticed was that when we would go to public restrooms, that was a nightmare. It was literally a nightmare. There were times where she would run or attempt to run out of the restroom because it was so loud. You think about it, or go into a public restroom now and see how loud the toilets are, how loud the hand dryers, like the air dryers are, how loud even the paper towel, like the automated paper towel holders, how loud they even are. Everything is so loud, and a lot of times the restrooms are very echoey, and it would just throw her off, and so she would attempt to try to run away and things like that. We were not successful at being in public restrooms until probably kindergarten. So that was another thing that I noticed. I will also say that especially once she got into school settings, so in preschool and things like that, it was very challenging for her to make friends. She was a little socially awkward. A lot of times she would change conversations very quickly to things that she cared more about. So for example, her and some little girls could be talking about the dolls they're playing with, and then all of a sudden she's talking about rainbows and how amazing rainbows are and how, whatever. Like, she would completely change the subject. And she would do it with adults. She would do it with children, anybody. So that was something else. And then I think the fifth thing I noticed was that, and a lot of children do this, the whole lining up blocks or lining up toys, and everything having to be lined up very, in a pattern and, perfectly, all of that. That was a big thing as well. So those are the top 5 initial things that I noticed that made me feel like perhaps my child needed to be evaluated. Stay tuned for more content, more information in regards to autism, and also stay tuned because today is the first full day of school. I'm actually sitting in the car rider line right now, and we're going to be doing more content in regards to school. Aaliyah and her sister Amaya are in 3rd grade this year, and so 3rd grade is, I feel like, going to be a very busy and interesting year, and so I think we're going to film some stuff throughout the year. So stay tuned for all of that great stuff. If you have any, questions, comments, concerns, make sure to put those underneath the video. Hit that like button as well as that subscribe button so that when I put new content up, you are one of the first to be able to see it. So that is all I have for today, guys. I love you so much. I will see you guys soon. Bye.